March 14th, which is known to everyone who's in science, technology, engineering, mathematics as Pi Day. So pi is the mathematical of 3.14. So it being March 14th, today is Pi Day. And I've been celebrating this for like over 10 years. I know it's very niche and most people don't know what it is, but it holds a great significance to me because my ability to like learn and improve my math have really helped me both personally and professionally. So I want to go back to where I first heard about Pi Day as well as my math journey. So for most people who know, I'm a native Clevelander who has returned here since last September 2018. But before I left to spend 12 years in DC, I was going back to Cleveland State for my second master's of economics because I decided that I really wanted to be an economist. So I did the whole thing. I moved on to campus. I also was self-financing my algebra classes at Cuyahoga Community College Metro Campus, which is downtown off of East 30th and Quincy. So on Saturday, I would go to the Tri-C, that's what they call it, Tri-C Metro Campus and do algebra, and I was self-finance and pay the bill. When I received my economist job at a federal agency in May of 2006, I moved to Virginia and I went to the Northern Virginia Community College in Alexandria. I lived in Arlington, but it was like on the edge of Arlington off of King Street. And so it would take me 30 minutes. I would walk up the hill and then I would walk down the hill and I was taking pre-calculus. So once I got back to Washington, D.C., living in Washington, D.C. in 2007, I enrolled in the University of the District of Columbia. And that's where I took calculus 2, 3, linear algebra, and mathematical statistics, which is calculus based statistics. But the math really helped me while working as an economist because the federal government had these jobs designated as mission critical. So the mission critical jobs were jobs that they said the government would need in the next 5 years to fill. Economist is one of them because it's very math based, statistical based. And when I was taking these classes, it they were talking about Pi Day like over 10 years ago, but it was just fun to get people involved in, learning more about math. And so returning back to the federal government, by taking these math classes, I qualified for mathematical statistician, mathematician, operation research analyst, program analyst, and management analyst. And that was a very wise decision for me to take the math classes because it didn't pigeonhole me in one track. So this is not exclusively economist. It's people think that everything is just trajectory, it's just linear, it's just you just move up, and that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to provide and acquire and learn different skills in order to get a promotion, and that's what I really did. I talk a lot about my project management professional certification and how I got into project management, but my math also helped me also because having those math when I was going for a program analyst position. I already had my MBA, but I had the math background, and that really puts you over for other mission critical positions. So, my what I see is that yes, I'm an economist, but once you're in these mission critical positions, which are closely aligned to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, you kind of like are put on the top of the heap. You're like the preferred candidate because you're doing more math, you're doing more science. That means you're more analytical and you have better skills. And I don't I don't think people talk about that, but just the ability of having more math means you have a higher level thought process, and that is what people are really looking for. And so if they can get this individual that has all of these skills and all of this math ability versus someone who just says, "Oh, I'm in this classification or job," the federal government calls jobs, classifications. and I did this work, and say you're a program analyst, but you don't have the extensive math background that I have, it's like, okay, we could pass this person, we can give them threes, fours, and fives, but then we'll bring this person in to promote because we're getting the most bang for our buck. You have to look at consistently being big on continuous education and increasing your math as something that will keep you relevant, not just if you decide to be in work or if you decide to go out and either be a side hustler or full time, because you need to know the numbers when it comes to finance. You need to know the numbers for other stuff like what's in your industry, key performing indicators, those are numbers. So, returning back to Pi Day, it was just something that always worked. Something that you always had a community of people who were mathematicians and just celebrating and having fun. And I'm very glad that it caught on with other people outside of math, but within science, technology, and engineering. And so that's what Pi Day means to me. And I'm very happy that there's food involved because I'm a very big foodie and I love that. But I also love the camaraderie and just being able to be, in a way, rewarded and now acknowledged because it's growing more. Pi Day people are doing more things on March 14th about math and how math is so important. And then the final thing about personally how math has affected me is it's the concept of proof. So you have geometry proof, algebra proof, but proof is when you have theorems, or they call them law. Theorems are like mathematical laws, and it's how you take a law and you break it down, and then you build it back up, and you use other proofs on how you're able to arrive back at the proof that the proof is true. Well, what proofing does for me is get to root cause analysis. It's very big in critical thinking. And that's helped me a lot, especially when you have to go from one industry to another. And when you go from one industry to another, then it enables you have to think critically, and that's what mathematical proofing gets me. And I think that I attributed that to also Pi Day, which is March 14th. So that's how, I like Pi Day, what it means to me, and the symbolism of how my quest for higher math has positively impacted me both personally and professionally. So I would like to thank everyone for watching it and learn more about Pi Day because it's very interesting and it's very fun. So it's Carla R. Jenkins. Get in touch with me at info@carlarjenkins.com and carlarjenkins.com.